Hello and welcome, guys. Bushcraft family back again with another video. And this one I kind of thought about a little bit. Did some more research into it and different varieties of things. What a lot of people think that you're supposed to invest in and things like this. And I'm talking about preppers investing in things when, money is no more, or you can't get to the bank, or there's no money in the bank, or whatever the possibilities could be. Collapse, you name it, EMPs, you take your pick. Well, these are things, and I don't agree with a few of them, but I put them in there because if I don't, there'll be people saying, "Oh, you forgot about this." Yeah. And like I said, I don't think these things are as important as others. So we're going to start with one of them right off the bat. That being gold and silver. Now, right now, gold and silver, you can trade it, and you can trade it for money and this and that. But the only thing I would suggest for gold and silver would be for if we made it through the struggle of whatever mishap or whatever happened, then you could use this currency or use gold and silver to reissue some of your currency back, that type of thing. But as in a situation to where that's all you have on you, and you want to trade somebody a gold bar for a can of beans, that can of beans is going to be worth way more than that gold, because what can you do with that gold other than turn it in when it's worth something, in other ways? And the fact is that, for instance, silver, everybody's crazy about silver right now, and you would have to have so much of it to actually mean anything in today's time. It's a good thing to collect. I'm not getting anything wrong with that. It's a small investment thing, but I think there is more valuable things that you could do with your money than invest it in those things. But like I said, I put that in here anyway, so there are those that will still go with the gold and silver part, even though you can't eat it. Another one is land. I'm not saying you go out and buy tons and tons of land and this and that and invest in it. That's okay if you have the money to do that, but there are times where you can just, if you got an extra $100 a month, even if it's, financed through the bank or whatnot, to where you could earn money or earn that $100 and put it towards that land, because that land may come in handy if you have to go to it in a bug out situation. And you can always turn it around and resell it when the value of it goes way up or something like that. The next one is pretty simple. It's food. I mean, how is it bad to invest in food? Because it's something that you need. You're always going to need to eat. Other people are going to need to eat. You can trade this for other food. You can trade it for livestock. You can trade it for services. It's endless what you could trade this for. If somebody really needed food, they'll trade a lot for it. And like I said, there's many ways to do it. You can smoke, you can salt. There's all kinds of different ways to save this. Another thing is business, skill business. Say world went to crap and everything. There are services that will still be needed. Back in the olden days, a good business was sharpening tools. I don't know what they're called. People that make shoes, shoemaker or whatever, and those who repair the shoes, leather workers and things like that, blacksmith, tool makers like that stuff. Anything that you could do in that skill range that you could set up like a little stand or a cottage or something and do business from that. Thinking some of the skills that you already possess, could be carpentry work, making little cabinets, chairs, or whatever. It's endless. You would want to think of stuff that you can already do and then go from there. Now, one of the next ones is people are still going to have vices. That's the name of the game. And one of the vices is alcohol. And it's not just used as a vice. It's also used in making tinctures and first aid and all kinds of other stuff that you could do with alcohol. And would be very easy to trade that for a bunch of food or a few chickens or whatever the case may be. Next one, again, another vice is tobacco. Now, it kind of be hard to store tobacco for a long period of time because it does dry out and whatnot. Alcohol, on the other hand, it can last for a long, long time. Now, there are different ways you can actually get seed for the tobacco, and you can store that for a long time, but you'd have to have the knowledge in the growing this stuff and then harvesting it, drying it out and stuff like that. But again, this is a vice that people will be drawn to, and that they'll trade their last hamburger just to get a smoke. Another vice, coffee. Some people can't get up in the morning without a cup of coffee. 5 minutes after they get out of that bed, they have to have that cup of coffee, where they just don't they don't move. So just like, alcohol and tobacco, coffee is right up there with it. Again, you're sitting at a spot to where coffee doesn't last very long because the bean itself has oil in it. Once the oil goes rancid, so does the bean. There are other ways to store it. You can freeze dry it, last much, 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 much longer. So that is another device to invest in. Our next one would be ammunition. Yes, people are going to need protection, and you're not going to want some like off the wall type ammunition. You're going to want the main ones, 22s, shotguns, shells. You're going to want 9mm. You kind of get what the gist is of it. You don't want some weird ammunition that you may never even see the gun for. And again, this is something that you could be, you'd have to really trust the person. So you would want to trade, if they were hunters, you would trade some ammunition for part of the carcass, half the deer or half the rabbit or whatever they were going after. You could not even have to go hunting for yourself. You have others go out and do it for trading for ammunition. Now this next one here always sounds good. And during the first part of this, whatever collapse or shift thing or whatever happened, gasoline would be very valuable. Unfortunately, it doesn't last very long. You can add a stabilizer to it, makes it last a little bit longer, but the longer it goes, the less potency it is. So to invest in something like that for something bad to happen, you got to know what you're doing. There are ways to store it in completely sealed metal drums that would last a lot longer. But then again, as soon as you open it, it's going to start going bad. So that's something to think about. And here's this next one. Because, 2020 came around and a lot of people invested in this. They went crazy over it. It's toilet paper. Yeah. Believe it or not, if you can get a good price for toilet paper nowadays, some people would trade quite a bit to not have to use corn cobs or old paper or something like that. Or, yeah, some people would trade a lot of stuff for a roll of toilet paper, especially if they had some women folk at home. It's not as easy for a woman. I'm not even going there, but you get where I'm going. Trading things for toilet paper might be beneficial. You might make some good trades off of a roll of toilet paper. And our last one, and I think one of the most important ones out of all of this, is to have your own and have extras. And if you're a good gardener, every crop you're going to have extra seeds. Yes. Always plant extra plants if I can, just for seeds. And I just let it go to seed, and then I harvest those seeds, and you end up planting one seed and you end up with hundreds, if not more than that. And then you could resell these seeds or rebarter, retrade, whatever the case may be. But again, everybody's going to need food. Food is so important. Seeds make food. So that's a perfect thing to do here. But that's our list, and I thought it was something good. I know there's probably tons and tons more. There's medicine, this and that. There's household things. There's games. It's endless. I just wanted to give a major breakdown of some of the major things that would come in handy if and they don't. These things won't lose their value during a shift or anything. It's not like soon as the world goes to crap or whatever, the price of toilet paper goes down. No, it becomes valuable. Same thing with foods, seeds, any of this stuff. And again, I told you I put in gold and silver because if not, I'm going to hear about it in the comments. But again, you can't eat gold and silver. You probably could, but it wouldn't be too healthy. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. Just like always, God bless.